One, there is a purpose behind your presence here today. The longing and gentle pull in your heart are not random. Your arrival at this message is no coincidence, it is a calling. I have been waiting for just the right moment to reach out. And now, in this sacred stillness, I quietly speak to the very core of your being. I see you. I recognize the burdens you bear, the silent questions that linger, and the exhaustion that few notice. I know the heaviness that has settled on your spirit, how loneliness can persist even in a crowd. You are not overlooked. You are not invisible. You have never been deserted. The quietness you have felt is not a barrier, but a curtain now being drawn aside. This is a sacred moment. While the world rushes by in noise and distraction, I invite you into quiet, not as a punishment, but as preparation for a deeper encounter. Today is a day of remembrance for my children, a day to recall the cross, the sacrifice, and the moment when time seemed to pause as my son breathed his last. What is now called Good Friday did not feel good at the time. It felt like darkness, abandonment, and silence. I know that feeling deeply, for I watched him suffer, felt the sorrow that shook heaven as creation waited in suspense. Yet I knew what others did not. Death was not the conclusion. The silence was not emptiness, but fullness waiting to be revealed. Many of you are walking through your own season of sorrow, standing at your own crossroads, watching dreams fade, relationships slip away, and hope grow still. You have asked where I am, why I allowed these things, pleaded for answers, for intervention, and all you received was silence. That silence may have felt harsh, but know this: it is not my absence, but my presence in its most focused form. Just as Jesus hung suspended between heaven and earth, you too find yourself in that space between pain and promise, between prayer and provision, between what was and what will be. You wonder why I did not prevent the hurt or stop what broke you. My child, what you see as an ending, I see as the beginning. What you call defeat, I see as the setup for resurrection. The silence at the cross was not weakness. It was love expressed in its most powerful form. My son did not avoid pain. He embraced it for the joy set before him. And that joy was you. Not the perfect version of you, but the real you. Broken, confused, tired, and barely holding on. That is the one I long to redeem, the one I want now. So I invite you, do not resist the silence. Do not fear it. Step into it with me. Allow me to speak to you as I did in Gethsemane, in the quiet of surrender. Let me hold you as I held my son when he cried out, "Why have you forsaken me?" I did not abandon him, and I have not abandoned you. I was accomplishing something far greater than what could be seen, and I am doing the same in you. What appears to be loss is making room for new beginnings. What feels like delay is simply the pause before the breakthrough. For now, remain with me in the quiet. Let me teach you to listen again, not for noise or signs, but for my presence, which comes as a gentle whisper. There is strength in this moment, even if you cannot see it. Though nothing may seem to change outwardly, everything is shifting within. Heaven is closer than ever. You are part of the same story I wrote with my son. A story that began in pain, but ended in glory. If you trust me and hold on a bit longer, you will see what I have been shaping in the silence. The message of the cross still speaks, calling your name. I know the inner battles you face. Even if you have never voiced them, I hear the silent questions you carry at night. I see the way you question if you have failed me, if your pain or weakness has made you unworthy of my love. Let me make this clear. I have never changed my mind about you. Not when you doubted, not when you drifted, not when you broke down. My love is not conditional or based on your performance. I loved you before your first breath and will love you beyond your last. There is nothing hidden in you that frightens me. I know your past, your habits, your hesitations, and still I draw near. You were created with intention. I placed gifts within you that no season of brokenness can erase. I shaped your soul with my own breath. When I look at you, I do not see disappointment. I see destiny. You may feel behind, or that too much time has been lost, but I do not measure as you do. Nothing surrendered to me is wasted. Even your silence is sacred to me. You were never meant to carry the burden of becoming worthy. You already are, because I made you in my image and paid the highest price for you. The veil is torn. Nothing stands between us. You do not have to earn what is already yours. You simply need to receive. You are not disqualified or too far gone. The thoughts that torment you, the memories that haunt you, the shame that clings to you, none of these speak for me. I do not accuse or shame. I do not reject the weary. I restore and rebuild, making what is broken radiant with my glory. So stop hiding and pretending. I want the real you, the hurting, exhausted you. This is not the time to run away, but to draw closer, to step out of guilt and into grace, to realize that even now I am holding everything together and healing what you did not know was wounded. You have not missed your moment or ruined my plan. Everything that has happened can serve my purpose, but I will not force my way in. I am gentle. I knock, I wait, I invite. Now I am inviting you again, not just to believe in me, but to believe me. Trust what I say about you, what I have placed within you. Even in your darkest hour, I am still crafting beauty from ashes. Come to me with your whole heart. I am not angry or distant. I have always been near, waiting not for your perfection, but for your permission to heal you. You are not simply surviving, you are being remade. You are not losing yourself, but shedding what was never truly you. The lies, the pressure, the false expectations, they are falling away in the quiet. What remains is your truest self, the one I have always seen. You are my beloved, my chosen, my delight, and no voice can undo what I have spoken over your life. So breathe, let the pressure go. Come sit with me, not as a servant, but as my child, my friend. You belong here. You always have. Now I am calling you to rise not in your own strength, but in mine. Let me teach you to truly live again, whole, free, unshaken. I know you have often wondered why certain things happened, why the path was so hard, why sorrow lingered. I have seen you wrestle with these questions through many seasons. I have never turned away from your pain or confusion. I am the only one who can meet you there and give it meaning. Pain was never my original design, but I redeem every wound surrendered to me. Nothing touches your life without passing through my purpose. Even the random hurts, the betrayals, the unfair moments, none of it was lost on me. I allowed what I could have stopped, not to punish, but to prepare you. What you are experiencing is not punishment, but pruning, the painful process of removing what cannot remain for your next season. I am stripping away fear, approval-seeking, and lies about your worth. You asked me to make you whole, to use you, to take you deeper. And this is how I do it, not through comfort, but through pressure that reveals what is real. Like gold in the fire, like roots in a storm, unshakable faith is forged in struggle, not ease. The pain you carry is not proof of abandonment, but evidence I am shaping something eternal. You see the surface, I see the foundation. Every heartbreak has softened you. Every delay has taught you to rely on my presence. Every unanswered prayer has drawn you closer to my whisper. Beauty is rarely born without cost. The cross proved that what looked like loss was the doorway to resurrection. You did not expect the journey to look like this. You had plans, dreams, and timelines, but then things unraveled. People left, doors closed, lights dimmed, but this was not the end. It was the beginning of holy refinement. I am not in a hurry. I will not rush the process, because what I am building in you is meant to last. I want you to carry what I give you with weight, wisdom, and purity, and that takes time and surrender. Something sacred is happening beneath the surface. Even if you feel stuck, remember roots grow in silence, and strength is formed in secret. What you call silence, I call intimacy. What you call isolation, I call invitation. I have removed certain voices from your life, not to punish but to protect the sound of my voice in you. I have allowed the breaking so you would know me, not just as a rescuer, but as your steady hand in the storm. I am not just your deliverer, I am your sustainer. I do not only appear when storms end, I am with you in the midst, whispering, "Peace, be still." Your pain matters to me, every detail, every tear, every question. But more than your pain, your becoming matters. I will not waste your suffering. I am using it to shape you into the person I have always seen. Strong, true, rooted in love, overflowing with my spirit. You may not feel like that person yet, but trust me, I am not finished with your story. When the time is right, what once broke you will become the testimony that builds others. Do not despise the process or curse the pain. Bring it to me, let me hold it, teach you through it, and redeem it in ways you cannot imagine. Even in suffering, I am good. Even in silence, I am near. Even in your lowest moments, I am still your Father,